define what communication is, describe the nature of communication, cite the functions of communications, discuss the steps in the communication process, contrast the various forms of communication, identify the barriers of communications, examine ways to overcome barriers to communication, evaluate techniques for communicating in organizations, and recognize the importance of management information system. Communication is the process of sharing information through verbal and non-verbal means, including words, messages, and body movement. It may be done face-to-face or through printed materials like newspaper and books, or through electronic devices like the telephone and the computer. It must be made for a purpose, and because it has cost attached to it, it must be used effectively. Happens regardless of the time and the distance involved in the actual delivery of the message. Functions of communication. Regulation function. Functions to control one's behavior. Social interaction. Used to produce social relationships. Used to develop bonds, intimacy, relations. Used to express preferences, desires, needs, wants, decisions, goals, and strengths. Used for giving and getting information. Motivation. Functions to motivate or to encourage people to live better. Information. Functions to convey information or giving information. Emotional expression. Facilitates people's expression of their feelings and emotions.
Forms of communication. There are two major forms of communication: the verbal communication and non-verbal communication. Verbal communication are communication through hearing or sight. In this communication, we can perform the two classes of verbal communication: the oral communication and written communication. An oral communication is usually through speeches in personal conversation, speeches, meetings, lectures, telephone, and video conference, while a written communication is prepared to the oral communication because of the time and cost contains. It is also more prepared to those who are not able to do a oral communication that have many audiences. The other form of communication is a non-verbal communication. These communications are made through facial expression, body movement, and eye contact. 3 barriers of communication: personal, physical, and semantic barriers. Personal barriers. These are effective communication arising from the communicator's characteristics as a person, including emotion, values, and for listening habit. Physical barriers. These are interference to effective communication occurring in the environment where communication is undertaken. Semantic barriers. An interference with the reception of a message that occurs when the message is misunderstood, even though it is received exactly as transmitted. Overcoming barriers to communication. There are 4 steps to overcome these barriers. First, use feedback to facilitate understanding and increase the potential for appropriate action. Second, repeat messages in order to provide assurance that they properly receive. Third, use multiple channels so that the accuracy of information may be enhanced. Lastly, use simplified language that is easily understandable and which eliminates the possibility of people getting mixed up with meaning.
Techniques for communicating in organization. First one is the downward communication, then the second one, the upward communication, and the last one is the horizontal communications. Downward communication, this refers to message flow from a higher level of authority to lower level. The purposes of downward communication is to give instruction, provide information about policies and procedures, to give feedback about performance, and to indoctrinate or motivate. The downward communication is the key aspect of downward communications is that subordinates react most effectively to those matters that they judge to be of greatest personal interest to the boss. Among the various commands, policies, practices, and suggestions that come from above, subordinates select those of most in keeping with their perception of their managers, character, personal motivations, and style, and give them priority. The downward communication is from the top management down to the supervisor. Then, for the last lower level is the member employee. The next is the upward communication. The upward communication refers to message flow from person in the lower level position to the higher level positions. In that way, the upward communication is the process by which lower level company employees can directly communicate with upper management to provide feedback, complaints, or suggestions regarding the day-to-day operations of the company. Upward communication is increasing in popularity among organizations to encourage a participative work culture. Companies that foster upward communication are better able to make decisions that positively impact their employees. They are different from the downward because this is from the lower level to the higher level. They communicate from the lower level to the top management. The last one is the horizontal communication. This refers to messages sent to individual or groups from another or the same organizational levels or positions. The horizontal communication is also called lateral communication. Involves the flow of messages between individuals and groups on the same level of an organization. Horizontal communication does not involve relaying information up or down across levels. Sharing information, solving problems, and collaborating horizontally is often more timely, direct, and efficient than up or down communication. Horizontal communication can produce a higher quality of information exchange since it occurs directly between people working in the same environment. The next is Management Information Systems. Management Information Systems it may be defined as an organized means of providing past, present, and projected information on the company's internal operations and external intelligence for use in decision making. So, MIS stands for Management Information System. It is a collection of people, procedures, data, and information technology that aids managers to make informed decisions. Computerized information systems are more efficient compared to manual information system. Manual information systems are cheaper compared to computerized information system.